We had seen animal droppings around the back garden and on our front lawn for several months before we actually saw the culprit, a hedgehog. One night, I was sat by my computer, which is next to our patio door. Our very first sighting, a hedgehog whizzed past. We began to see more from that point on. One occasion, we saw 3 together on our patio. It was very noticeable that hedgehog activity increased during this time. I decided to order the material to make our own hedgehog house. I collected my tools and building commenced. Upon completion, we placed it in a quiet position at the edge of our patio, hoping that someday it might become occupied. The same day, I noticed an unusual pile of polystyrene squiggles in my greenhouse. I use these as drainage in my plant pots. I lifted the bag and realized it was a little heavier than expected. Wheelbarrow at the ready, Bob gently emptied the contents of the bag into it, and out popped a hedgehog covered in polystyrene pieces. Bob began moving the polystyrene pieces into the new hedgehog house. She protected her hands and gently lifted Hoggy, placing him or her into the house as it had lots of polystyrene pieces sticking to it. Bob covered it over with more solid pieces and I closed the lid. Off we went to collect a bag of fresh hay from the local farm shop. We placed the hedgehog in a deep garden tub while we proceeded to remove the polystyrene from the box and replace it with fresh hay. Hoggy was gently placed in the hay and we closed the lid. I attached a piece of raffia to the entrance of the box, making sure that it was easily movable. That evening, when we checked, it was obvious that the hedgehog had left its sleeping quarters. The raffia had been pushed aside. While it was away foraging, I replaced the raffia. Next morning, the raffia had been dragged inside the house. Hoggy was back at home. In the first 12 days, it only stayed out of the box on one occasion. That gave me the time to install a ventilation pipe, which is recommended. I installed solar lights and set them to low power. This has enabled us to view hedgehog activity at night over long periods. The hedgehogs and there are at least 3, do not seem to be bothered in the slightest by the lights. We have witnessed them feeding on slugs, standoffs and scuffles between couples. Our greenhouses have also been visited by the hedgehogs. There is clear evidence of it. A second hog house placed in one of the greenhouses has now also been occupied. Raffia has been attached so that we can check movement.